Hello, and welcome to my commentary of Emerald Tablets 13, The Keys of Life and Death. Yeah, I just recorded right before this one the Emerald Tablets 12. We've already talked about life and death in that video. Let's see how this one goes. List ye, O man, hear ye the wisdom. Hear ye the word that shall fill thee with life. Hear ye the word that shall banish the darkness. Hear ye the voice that shall banish the night. Mystery and wisdom have brought to my children, knowledge and power descended from old. Know ye not that all shall be opened, when ye shall find the openness of all? One shall ye be with the masters of mystery, conquerors of death and masters of life. Aye, ye shall learn of the flower of Amenti, the blossom of life that shines in the halls. In spirit shall ye reach the halls of Amenti, and bring back the wisdom that liveth in light. Know ye the gateway to power is secret. Know ye the gateway to life is through death. Aye, through death, but not as ye know death, but a death that is life, and is fire, and is light. That's a good bit of poetry there, too. I don't think I can add anything to that. Yeah, I can't add anything more to that. Desireth thou to know the deep hidden secret? Look in thy heart where the knowledge is bound. Know that in thee the secret is hidden. My cat is snoring, so I apologize if you can hear him. Wow. The source of all life and the source of all death. List ye, O man, while I tell the secret, reveal unto thee the secret of old. Deep in earth's heart lies the flower, the source of the spirit that binds all in its form. For know ye that the earth is living in body, as thou art alive in thine own formed form. The flower of life is as thine own place of spirit, and streams through the earth as thine flows through thy form. Giving to life, or giving of life to the earth and its children. So it sounds like the flower of life is similar to the soul of the planet. Renewing the spirit from form unto form. This is the spirit that is form of thy body, shaping and molding into its form. He used the right version of molding there. The reason I say it that way is because it's used elsewhere in the text, and it's molding, like it's molding in terms of bread, as instead of molding as in clay. I don't even know if if there's a firm enough grasp of English for my people to understand that there's two ways to spell molding for two different meanings. Sorry. Know ye, O man, that thy form is dual, balanced in polarity, while formed in its form. Know that when fast on thee death approaches, it is only because thy balance is shaken. It is only because one pole has lost. Know that thy body, when in perfect balance, may never be touched by the finger of death. I. Even accident may only approach when the balance is gone. When ye are in a balanced equilibrium, ye shall live on in time and not taste of death. Know that thou art the balanced completion existing because of thy balance of poles. As in thee, one pole is drawn downward, fast from thee goes the balance of life. Then unto thee cold death approaches, and change must come to thine unbalanced life. As above, so below, anyone? Think on that. We're supposed to be sending our energy up and down. If you're only sending it one direction, you're unbalanced. If you're spending your day in negative talk, negative self-talk, how many times do you say something nice to yourself? Even if it's something as mundane as, good job, you didn't put the eggs in the freezer, you put them in the refrigerator where they belong, right? You did good there. Pat yourself on the back. No, I didn't put the eggs in the in the freezer, but it was the first thing that came to mind as an example. What are some crazy things people have done? Put their keys in the freezer. Yeah, I don't know why weird things always end up in the freezer. You don't hear very many stories of people putting weird things in the refrigerator. But, yeah. You get my drift. Okay. Know that the secret of life in a Menti is the secret of restoring the balance of poles. Hence, pole shifts. Right? Because we're not balanced. Just as we are not balanced right now on this earth. Not within ourselves, as civilizations, there's no balance. All that exists has form and is living because of the spirit of life in its poles. Seek ye not that in earth's heart, or see ye not, that in earth's heart is the balance of all things that exist and have being on its face? The source of thy spirit is drawn from earth's heart, for in thy form thou art one with the earth. Oh, that'll get me on a soapbox right there. Oh, that's a soapbox. And this is a short passage. Let's see if I remember to come back to it. That way, if you don't want to listen to me being on my soapbox, you can turn it off at the end. When thou hast learned to hold thine own balance, then shalt thou draw on the balance of earth. Exist then shalt thou while earth is existing. Changing in form only when earth too shalt change. Tasting not of death, but one with his planet, holding thy form till all pass away. Basically not dying, ever eternal life. List ye, O man, whilst I give the secret, so that ye too shall taste not of change. Taste not of change? Hmm. 1 hour each day shalt thou lie in thine head, with thine head, pointed to the place of the positive pole, north. 1 hour each day shalt thy head I think it's supposed to say be pointed, but it says by pointed here, to the place of the negative pole, south. Whilst thy head is placed to the northward, hold thou thy consciousness from the chest to the head. And when thy head is placed southward, hold thou thy thought from the chest to the feet. Hold thou in balance once in each 7, and thy balance will retain the whole of its strength. Aye, if thou be old, thy body will freshen, and thy strength will become as a youth's. This is the secret known to the masters, by which they hold off the fingers of death. Neglect not to follow the path I have shown. For when thou hast passed beyond years to 100, to neglect it will mean the coming of death. Has anyone tried that yet? Who's watching this? Has anyone actually tried that yet? That's rather curious. Because frankly, I don't have 2 hours to just lay around and hold thoughts. That just doesn't exist in my world right now. Hear ye my words and follow the path. Keep thou thy balance and live on. Okay, this is what the third typo so far in this text, and this is a 4-page text. Live on in life, but the text says if life. Hear ye, O man, and list to my voice. List to the wisdom that gives thee of death. That gives thee of death? Oh, yeah. Okay, because before it was life, so this one's going to be for ending your life. When at the end of thy work appointed, thou may desire to pass from this life, pass to the plane where the sons of the morning live, and have being as children of light. Pass without pain and pass without sorrow into the plane where is eternal light. Okay, so this is to end your life, if you want to. First lie at rest with thine head to the eastward. Fold thou thy hands at the source of thy life, solar plexus. Place thou thy consciousness in the life seat. Whirl it and divide it to north and to south. Send thou the one out toward the northward. Send thou the other out to the south. Relax thy hold upon thy being. Forth from thy form will thy silver spark fly, upward and onward to the sun of the morning, blending with light, at one with its source. There it shall flame till desire shall be created. Then shall return to a place in a form. Know ye, O men, that thus pass the great souls, changing at will from life unto life. Thus ever passes the avatar, willing his death as he wills his own life. There you go. So it even says that you're going to just kind of hang out until you go into a body again, in whichever dimension of a body that is, right? It doesn't say you're going to immediately turn around and come back to Earth. You could do a ninth dimension body, hang out in a light body somewhere else. Okay, there's some brackets for this next paragraph. The key to the placing of consciousness at the time of death so that memory may be carried from one incarnation to another. I think that varies depending on where you're being incarnated at. Because I know for Earth, when you're born, you go through the veil of forgetfulness. And unless it's actually in your contract to remember who you are, you ain't going to remember. There have been countless stories of children having some memories, right? My favorite one was a woman was driving down the road, and she's got a son and daughter in the back, and the kids are talking, and one of the kids goes, "Don't you remember before?" And the other kid looks, and I can't remember if it's the boy or the girl, looks back and says, "That's right, I was supposed to be born first." And neither child had been told that the first pregnancy mom had was a miscarriage. So because she had a miscarriage, the second child was born first, and the first child came second. Very cool things. My own daughter, for the first, well, once she learned how to talk, until she was 4, every time she got into trouble, she'd start screaming, "I want to go home." Because Earth isn't her home. She wanted to go back beyond the veil. Right? The veil of forgetfulness. The only one that I know of who was permitted to remember who they were was Hitler. And he's a very special case. Very, very special case. I don't know how much I want to say on that one. Because you probably won't believe me if I did tell you all that. But there is a channeling out there of Hitler. And you'll hear a different perspective of what happened. Was history accurate? For the most part. Yeah. But you'll hear the perspective from the soul that is on the other side. It's very eye-opening. If you go out there and watch it, it's with Pamela Arlen. A-R-A-Y-L. No, A-L-Y-N. Have tissues at the ready. Yeah. Okay. Almost done reading here. List ye, O man, drink of my wisdom. Learn ye the secret that is master of time. Learn ye how those we call masters are able to remember the lives of the past. Because they're contracted to, for the most part. Great is the secret, yet easy to master, giving to thee the mastery of time. When upon thee death fast approaches, fear not, but know ye are master of death. Relax thy body, resist not with tension. Place in thy heart the flame of thy soul. Swiftly then sweep it to the seat of the triangle. Hold for a moment, then move to the goal. This thy goal is the place between thine eyebrows, the place where the memory of life must hold sway. Hold thou thy flame here in thy brain seat, until the fingers of death grasp thy soul. Then, as thou pass through the state of transition, surely the memories of life shall pass too. Then shall the past be as one with the present. Then shall the memory of all be retained. Free shalt thou be from all retrogression. The things of the past shall live in today. Man, ye have heard the voice of my wisdom. Follow, and ye shall live through the ages as I. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. You don't hear of anybody actually doing that, though. But would they televise it? I don't know. Shall we talk about living in balance with the earth? That's a very big soapbox. We're sitting at 24 minutes. Okay. I think I'll just do a couple of points here. Okay. On this tablet, he said, in this form, we are one with the earth. In a previous tablet, he said, we must be in opposition with the earth because of us being so filled with darkness. How do the two go together? How can we be one with the earth at the same time be in opposition to the earth? And is it a difference of time? Was there a time when we had to be in opposition to the earth to be able to survive? And are we now finally moving past that? Because surely we must move past that to be able to be one with the earth. We've been out of balance for a very long time. A very long time. I'm not the best history major, obviously. But when was the last time humanity was actually in balance with nature? If you know, put that in the comments, because I'm really curious on that one. We're not in balance. We have to go to a park to see nature. We have to go to a zoo to see animals. For a lot of people, if we see them in the forest, we're shooting at them and we're eating them for dinner. Is that balance? We're told it is. But is it? Do we know for sure? Or do we believe it is because somebody wrote a paper? It's science! Therefore it's truth! I've already discussed that topic. Is it science? That's what makes the last couple of years so damn hard on people like me. When we go to high school, we learn how to do science. We learn the steps of doing experiments. We learn about biology. We learn about a whole bunch of things that are sciencey. But somebody gets up on the boob tube and starts saying things that are in contradiction to science, and because they're on the TV, automatically we believe them. Now we're being told that some idiot has decided that eggs are causing blood clots. Eggs. Really? A food that we have literally eaten for centuries is now causing people to suddenly die? Why is anybody listening to that trash? The same with demonizing salt. Demonizing the wrong salt, I can get behind that. But salt in general? Come on now. We're out of balance because we're not listening to our intuition. They get us at a very young age, and they teach us not to listen to that intuition. Listen to the human, they know better. That's your soul talking to you, telling you, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what's true. This is what's not. And they're teaching you not to listen to it so that you're easier to manipulate. That's not balance. That's not balance with yourself. Forget about nature. If you can't be in balance with yourself, you can't be in balance with anything else. That's where you got to start. Like I said, soapbox. I could probably write an entire book on balance. And yes, I've had, 2 decades of being off balance myself? Probably more than that. Yeah, probably more than that. Because they kick you off balance when you're in school. And you don't realize you're out of balance. You don't realize what the programming has done to you until you start deprogramming. And you can't start that until you realize you need to do it. And that's a hard path to get on. It's a lonely path to be on. But it's a path you must be on in order to get your balance back. Most of us don't even know who or what we are, because we're taught that what we're supposed to be doing is being a slave to the system. That's not balance. That's living in fear. If you're not a slave to the system, you don't eat, you don't have shelter. They don't care about balance. They don't care about you. You have to care about you to get yourself back into balance, to deprogram, to find out what it is that makes you happy. And yes, some people are actually able to find their own balance by getting back in touch with nature. So the two can work hand in hand. But we can't move forward in a positive life as a positive species until we find our balance. We need to help others get there, which means we need to find it for ourselves as well. Okay? Yeah. I know I'm going to be talking more on balance in future videos, especially with the Druid books I'm going through. Because there's... Druidism is all about balance. All about balance. Some good stuff in there, though. I'm looking forward to that stuff as well. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And have a good evening.